2023 season of the UIM F1 H2O World Championship fires into life with the Kopiko Grand Prix of Indonesia. The series is visiting Indonesia for the first time, and locals spared no effort in welcoming the F1 H2O family. Even the President of Indonesia, Joko Widodo, attended the event and handed out the winner's trophy. The race would take place on Lake Toba in northern Sumatra. The lake sits in the ancient caldera of a supermassive volcano that exploded 70,000 years ago in a climate-changing event. The eruption is reputed to be the largest volcanic explosion on Earth in the last 25 million years. The circuit runs close to shore, providing ample room for the tens of thousands of spectators who lined it to watch the racing action unfold. The event was widely publicized in Indonesia, and there was no shortage of celebrities and government dignitaries at the event, meeting and greeting local teams and drivers. A few of the brave were able to get a taste for the thrill of an F1 H2O boat by taking a ride in the custom two-seater version.
Such a good experience. Woo!
Now let's take a look at what makes this class of F1 H2O boats special. F1 H2O is the highest class of inshore powerboat racing in the world. These are single-seater catamarans, and all teams use a stock V6 two-stroke Mercury engine that can pump out almost 500 horsepower. The boats can reach speeds of nearly 250 kilometers per hour. Their ability for cornering is unrivaled.
It is the absolute hardest thing in the world to drive consistently at a very high level.
Every lap your life always is different. So the boat is changing the angles, the waves is different each single lap, the wind is never same, so it's always very challenging and also make it interesting.
You go all over the world to different venues like we are in Lake Toba, and it's 900 meters above sea level on fresh water, and you gotta control a boat that's 1,200 pounds that goes 140 miles an hour over the top of that water, and then switch it up and go to a river with completely different conditions and do the same thing.
You know, I think new drivers, when they come in here, they have certain expectations how it will be, but for me, first time they hit the water and everybody is pushing, the reality hits you, how hard it's to push on the limit and try to stay close to the top guys.
It's not like a fast car, it's fantastic. You fly on the straight and in the corners, and it's really tough to drive them in the speed that you do, so it's a fantastic feeling.
You have to be at one with your boat. You have to really understand the mechanics. These things, while they're amazing, never drive perfect. Like, you get it where it's absolutely perfect, and all of a sudden the wind kicks up from one side and now it's a mess, and you got to figure out a way to make it work.
Typical race weekend features 3 free practice sessions, a pole position qualifying session, and the Grand Prix race. Teams and drivers have to methodically find the right combination of propellers, boat balance, and engine tuning to be the fastest out there and bring home the win. This year's championship has attracted 10 teams and 20 drivers from all over the world. The man to beat, 3-time defending world champion Sean Torrente of Team Abu Dhabi, which also won the team championship in 2022. After dominating most of the 2022 season, Torrente's hopes for his 3rd championship were dashed in the last race in Sharjah after a massive crash with his teammate Daniel Kamzi. Defending champion Jonas Andersson was on his way to a 2nd championship when his engine broke down and Torrente's luck turned around in the most dramatic fashion.
Coming into the season with such a quick turnaround from winning the championship in Sharjah, you know, our goal as always is to win the first race and let's start out in front, which we've done for the last 4 years, and that's very difficult on its own. So that's obviously our goal, but this year, you know, the bigger goal is obviously to get my 4th championship, to continue the unbelievable run that Abu Dhabi has been on.
Torrente's veteran teammate Emirati Daniel Kamzi also had a shot at the championship, but will have to go at it again this season. Team Sweden's Jonas Andersson doesn't have the might and resource of Team Abu Dhabi, but has shown he has the tenacity and craft to beat them. He swept the championship out from under their feet in 2021 and is eager for another title.
Sure, it was a disappointment in Sharjah when we broke down, but we know that it can happen, and it happened in the worst time. But for this season, we need to be better prepared and try to get points in all the races and focus for the championship.
Andersson drives alongside Finnish teammate Kalle Vippo, who is still chasing a podium finish. The big news this year is the return of Victory Team out of Dubai, a team with a long, proud history in marine motorsports. Also back in their number 4 boat is Eric Stark, who had a successful run in F1 H2O until 2019 and has seen many podiums.
So finally back after, I think, a 3-year break with the victories. I'm very happy to be back with them. Like, we're working really good together, and we have the first practice now. To be honest, I'm quite nervous. We did some testing before Christmas, but you never know.
He's joined by Emirati rookie Ahmed Al Fahim. Sharjah team has left nothing to chance this season, and 2-time world champion Sami Celio has been preparing meticulously in the UAE since the end of last season.
Yeah, okay, the boat has been repaired. The setup is more or less same than in Sharjah. A little bit changes, new props, engine is refreshed, and everything should be fine. So we hope we keep going where we left last season. We was quite much fighting for the poles and being in the top all the time, and that's our aim, to keep doing the same this year.
His teammate Ferdinand Zandbergen won his first pole position and finished 5th overall last year. Yeoman Racing's Finnish ace Alec Bäckström won Rookie of the Year in 2022 and is back with a brand new sponsor.
Yeah, it's great to be in Indonesia, new sponsor. Looks good on the boat, hopefully it's also fast. And the reception here has been unbelievable. The people are really nice and kind and helpful, and try to do everything so that we feel welcome to this place. And the track is different from the other ones. We are really high, 900 meters from the sea level, and nobody has been here before, so nobody knows the tricks and secrets of this track.
He drives alongside Philip Roms of Finland. China CTIC's 2-time world champion Philippe Chiappe comes back as team and sporting director this year. His teammate, the hard-charging Frenchman Peter Marin, steps into the number 7 boat. They introduce American Brent Dillard as a second driver to race alongside Marin.
Since I was 12 years old, started racing at 12, I've been wanting to, race with the best in the world. And Formula One, F1 H2O, that's the best in the world. So.
The Comparato F1 team also features a new driver, Australian rookie Brock Cohen. He joins Italian Alberto Comparato, a previous pole winner who had his first taste of an F1 H2O podium in the last race of 2022. Stromoy Racing F1 H2O team's Marit Stromoy is a former Grand Prix winner with 5 podium finishes to her name. She drives alongside Poland's Bartek Marszalek, who finished 6th in the overall after 3rd and 2nd place finishes in the last 2 races of the year. Maverick Racing Team sticks to its regular all-French lineup, Cedric Deguine and Alexander Bourgeot. F1 Atlantic Team rounds off the team lineup with Portuguese veteran Duarte Benavente lining up alongside British youngster Ben Jelf for the 2nd time. The tight, highly technical circuit on Lake Toba features 10 buoys, including 2 yellow right-handers. The conditions on this high-altitude volcanic lake present a host of unique challenges for drivers and teams.
So coming here to Indonesia, and specifically Lake Toba in this area, is incredible. It's 900 meters above sea level, 3,000 feet above sea level. We lose about 15% of our horsepower because not only are we 1,000 or 3,000 feet above sea levels, or 900 meters, it's hot, humid.
For sure there's some power missing from the engine, so then you need to tune the props more. So you need to go probably down with the sizes, with the props what you normally use here, to get it compensate for the power loss. But also you need to be safe with the engine, because it's not the same setup than normally. You turn the engine rich or lean, so you need to find the right spot. But as the high altitude is a little bit more tricky.
first qualifier session of 2023 kicked off on a sunny, early race day morning.
Yesterday, Saturday, we had a situation where it was too windy to do the qualifying, way too windy, it was not even possible to go around. So today we're doing a very early qualifying, 45 minutes every boat, every lap counts. It's going to be very hard.
I'm feeling good for qualifying, we are ready. The team worked hard to fix everything from this morning because we had one engine or one cylinder not running. And now we will go for the qualifying.
Comparato F1's rookie driver Brock Cohen was over 5 seconds off the pace, while his teammate Alberto Comparato, a previous pole winner, was languishing back in 12th spot.
Yeah, I feel from immediately I had no power, but it was too late. We tried to fix it, and now we find out what it was, but it's too late for the qualifying.
Gilman Racing's Alec Beckstrom, who had high hopes for this race, was yet again haunted by engine issues. Stromoy Racing's Marit Stromoy was hovering in midfield throughout the session, over 2 seconds off the pace.
Difficult. I mean, the racetrack is a lot better, but we didn't have the speed. No.
Both Team Sharjah boats were highly competitive, with Zandbergen maintaining 5th spot and Sami Celio continuing to break through to the top spot, trading it with Sean Torrente in a back-and-forth battle for pole. Daniel Kamzi had a decent run and was in the top 3 until the last 10 minutes when he dropped down to 9th, pipped by rookie Ahmed Al-Fahim, who was having a sensational first qualifier session, finishing 8th overall.
To be honest, I'm a bit surprised from my result. For me, I'm very happy with the result. I'm learning. I'm really learning in this race. I'm learning turn by turn. The more I spend time in the water, the more I'm catching up, and I feel like I'm getting there. And I'm getting there sooner than I expected.
China CTIC team's Peter Marin, now in his number 7 boat after Philipp Schiapp's retirement. He was running well, but unable to break into the top 5, ended in 6th. His rookie teammate Brent Dillard, in his first ever qualifier, would end in 11th spot. Great racing. Kalle Vipo of Team Sweden was almost 5 seconds off the pace and would finish in 14th, while his teammate, last year's defending champion and multiple pole winner Jonas Andersson, was 5th.
I'm quite happy to be 5, and if I had it for the practice, I mean, yesterday it would be a different story because the boat is very nice, but it was very different to drive. So.
Sami Celio was in provisional pole with less than 4 minutes to go when F1 Atlantic's Ben Jelf broke down on the course and the session was yellow flagged. The officials added an extra 3 minutes to the race clock after the number 9 boat was towed off the course. The race was now in the final minutes. Victory Team's Eric Stark powered through the field and found clear water to set provisional pole.
Yeah, I think in the end. But I don't understand why I needed to wait till the last lap.
Next, Torrente laid down a blistering lap and shot to the top, breaking the 58-second barrier for the first time, bumping Celio down to 3rd. The checkered flag went up, but Bartek Marszalek was already on a hot lap, and the Polish ace delivered, nabbing 2nd spot behind Torrente and ahead of Eric Stark. The drama wasn't over. Sami Celio, who saw his pole position slip away in the final minutes, lodged a protest. The UIM officials later determined that Torrente had in fact missed a buoy during a warm-up lap, and his fastest lap was penalized, dropping him to 2nd. What a day for Bartek Marszalek, who wins his first ever pole position. The Polish ace is the man to beat.
My first pole in my life, and now I want to save the spot until the finish line. That's the goal, but I'm very happy.
So in the final qualifying results, Marszalek with the best seat in the house, Torrente right behind him in 2nd, Eric Stark 3rd in his first race back, Celio having to make do with 4th, Andersson 5th, Zandbergen with a decent result in 7th, ahead of rookie Al-Fahim 8th, and another rookie, Brent Dillard, back in 11th. For the course of the race event, local organizers welcome the teams and drivers with a host of gala dinners and dazzling shows, introducing the riches of Indonesian culture. race was run just hours after the conclusion of the qualifying session to catch a break in the weather. Teams and drivers were under the hammer to turn around their boats in time. The usual warm-up practice session was also cancelled. The big surprise was the arrival of Indonesian President Joko Widodo. The leader of the fourth most populous country in the world took his time to meet each and every driver, after which crowds were treated to a traditional local dance before the race kicked off. Bartek Marszalek was about to embark on his first race start in pole position. Could he hold on with one of the toughest racers, Sean Torrente, on his heels?
Man, I just hope he holds his line. That's all I'm asking for. After that, we'll see what we got.
Eric Stark is in third behind his old Team Abu Dhabi teammate, and in his first F1 H2O race in 4 years, can he get back to his winning ways? The starting grid, Celio is down in fourth, irritated at how his pole position had slipped away. Marin will be a danger to everyone ahead of him in sixth. Rookie Ahmed Al Fahim has a great start, starting in eighth, with another Emirati, veteran Al Kamzi, behind him in ninth. Alec Vekstrom in 16th, and we'll see if his engine is finally working or not.
Come on.
Thousands gather along the shore to watch the inaugural F1 H2O race on Lake Toba. The excitement in the air is palpable and electric. Just seconds to go now, and everyone holds their breath. And the race is on. The field roars off the pontoon, but Torrente looks like he may have jump-started. He leads Marszalek down that straightaway, but the pole has the inside lane advantage. Eric Stark is keeping them in check, while his teammate Al Fahim also has a great start. The top three boats pull away from Celio in fourth as he struggles to maintain contact. Torrente leads to the commitment buoy, but Marszalek beats him to it and makes it around in the lead. Torrente second, Stark third. In the back, Al Kamzi has a terrible start and drops back a position, passed by China CTIC's rookie Brent Dillard. Sami Celio has kept it tight. He is neck and neck with Eric Stark now. Celio has the speed and takes third from Stark before heading to the left-hander. Eric Stark caught unawares as the veteran moves into podium territory. Now the young Swede has Jonas Andersson charging up behind him in a battle for fourth. Andersson is ducking and weaving in and out of the blue victory boat spray, trying to find a line around his fellow countryman Stark. Eric Stark holds down his position, battling through Celio's spray ahead of him. Andersson now takes the inside lane on their way to the yellow right-hander. He is neck and neck, but Stark surges ahead just in time and shuts out Andersson, who loses speed and watches the blue boat speed away. Entering lap 2, and the positions remain the same. Marszalek pushing hard has just enough of a gap ahead of Torrente to deter passing. Celio keeping up with the two leaders. Andersson has regained his pace and is nipping at Stark, while China CTIC's Peter Marin is behind them in 6th place. Celio's teammate Ferdinand Zandbergen is 7th. Philip Roms is in 11th. Gilman Racing's only hope after Alec Vekstrom is unable to start the race. Let's have another look at the starts. Torrente's number 1 boat starts before that green flag comes down. Here's another angle, and it's pretty obvious it's a jump start. That will mean a lap penalty if confirmed at the end of the race. Back to the race, Marszalek in the 50th race of his life and first time in the lead, but there are still 16 laps to go, and behind him are former champions ready to pounce on any mistake. There are 3 boats bunched up in the battle for 4th, with Stark leading, Andersson keeping up the pressure, and in 6th behind them is Peter Marin, looking for an opening if anyone makes a mistake. Peter Marin is now the lead driver on China CTIC team, and living up to Philip Schiap's legacy will not be easy. Positions remain unchanged going into lap 5. Marszalek has a 3.83 second gap over Torrente and over 9 seconds over Celio. Jonas Andersson in 5th is still feeling the pain of that devastating loss last year, just laps away from his 2nd World Championship, and he's determined to have another go at it. Murat Stromoy has slowed down and pulls off the course.
Just drop power. Already from the beginning out of the jetty it was quite dead, and then it just dropped after, I don't know, 5 laps or something.
Entering lap 8, the boats are now having to negotiate around back markers and the gaps with the leader tighten up. Torrente is yet unawares of whether he will receive a penalty or not, keeps the pressure on Marszalek. The Polish ace has to tend to his engine and not push too hard till he can finish the race. At the back of the field, Comparato is managing to hang on to 12th behind Gilman Racing's Philip Roms up in 11th. Victory's rookie Ahmed Al Fahim is having a great race, currently in 8th, looking to get some valuable points. Victory team already on track for a successful race, both their boats in points and podium range. Going into lap 14, Anderson has gone wide, seemingly letting up pressure on Victory's Eric Stark. He may be in trouble, and Peter Marin makes a move and passes Anderson, moving into 5th. And there's trouble on the course. The yellow flag goes up and the race is paused. Sharjah team's Ferdinand Zandbergen's boat is swimming upside down. He appears to be okay as the Osprey rescue team help him onto the rescue boat. Here it is on the replay, heading into that left-hander. He catches an edge and barrel rolls. Here it is again. Bad luck for the young Dutchman and more work for his team. He is out of the race. The field now bunches up again and lines up for the restart. By the time the boat is cleared off, there is just 1 lap left in the race. It's critical now for Marszalek to get a good start with the likes of Torrente, Celio, and Stark behind him. There's the green flag. Torrente is fast and attacks on the outside. Marszalek has the inside lane and keeps his lead, but now they're in a drag race to the yellow right-hander, and now Torrente has the inside lane advantage. The crowds cheer on as Torrente pours on the power. Torrente passes Marszalek and definitely takes that right-hander, sealing the deal. Torrente is in the lead. Marszalek now has the inside to the next left-hander, but it is too late. Torrente is on the warpath and surges away. Marszalek now has Celio behind him, but he is just able to keep his second position. Eric Stark is 4th. Victory driver is attacking Celio, trying to find a way through the spray, but to no avail. And there it is. What a dramatic finish to this race. Torrente crosses the line first, followed by Marszalek in 2nd, Celio 3rd, and Stark in 4th. But it is confusion as drivers head back to the pontoon and await judgment on Torrente's jump start.
It's really close. I think maybe.
I was leaning on the button. It's really, really close. If I jumped or not. It's really close. So we'll see. I don't know. But either way, it was great racing. I had fun making the pass on them. So.
The referees need to check up the videos, but anyway, it was good and nice race, so it doesn't matter which I will be 2nd or 1st, but I really enjoy it. So.
After reviewing the video footage, the UIM officials determined Torrente had in fact jumped the start, and so Marszalek is number 1. What a way to start his 2023 season. Al Kamzi manages to pass Al Fahim and Brent Dillard on the final restart to end in 5th spot. Excellent racing from the Emirati. Bartek Marszalek accepts the winner's trophy from the President of Indonesia. And what a moment for the Polish ace. In the overall World Championship standings, Stromoy Racing's Bartek Marszalek stands above the rest, now with a potential championship win in his sights. Sharjah team Celio should be happy in 2nd, and Victory team is off to a solid start in their F1 H2O comeback.
Being away for this long, I really love this, and I'm so glad to be back, and I'm glad to be back with Victory. And we were pushing, and in the end, it paid off. So,
of course, we always aiming to win, but minimum target is to be the podium, and we did it. So, very pleased.
It's very, very nice. So it was realized of my dream. We need to push very hard for our goals in our lives. It will come sooner or later, but believe yourself. I'm very happy and grateful for all the people who give me opportunity to race in F1. Thank you.
After After the prize ceremony, the F1 H2O World Championship flag was officially handed over to the hosts of round 2 in the Chinese city of Zhengzhou. See you there in the next round for the UIM F1 H2O World Championship.